It's week 4 of the NFL, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one.
Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis and CD in the...
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On first down, Wiggins dances by him.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Brought me to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? And they had a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
On second down now. Glass. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here are the Bengals now with a long field ahead of them. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players, I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know what?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Williams now to throw on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. He'll look to throw on third and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 9 catches, 72 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Gordon's throw taken in by Adams.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Bengals score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That catch good for only a couple.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball?
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And some room to roam now. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The pass.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at it. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Williams.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw. Williams. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Joseph Osai.
Just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Williams.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Gordon. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. To throw on 3rd down. Gordon. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Oh, good move. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
(7-7), our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. 2nd and 8. To throw on 2nd down. Gordon. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. Let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gordon. The left side throw complete to Adams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd down at 5.
Operating from the gun. Gordon. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down at 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this 1st half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Williams. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
And here's Joseph Charlton now,
as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Looking to throw on second down. Gordon.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. From the gun on third down. Gordon caught on the right side by Adams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
We dominate today.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Williams throwing on first down. And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he's going to go for it all.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and it blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
Got an open man, it's Schwartz.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A back within a score. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw on second down. Gordon got a man open. It's Chase. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Gordon. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Back to throw. Gordon. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. A final shot before break. Gordon. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these 2 teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Bengals drive about to get going.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Gordon.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, Gordon. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Now Williams looking to throw on 2nd down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Here's Williams throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, if we double my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, this this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. And that's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Shedding through the defense. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You can't try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Dances by at the 20.
2nd and 5.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gordon. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gordon.
This is Chenault on the receiving end.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Gordon. It's caught. It's Chenault again.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Chase on the right side, complete.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hand?
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Williams.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And on is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down.
Gordon got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gordon. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Gordon. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's a give to Mixon. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And able to get this out to the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Williams now on 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Williams. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Williams on 1st down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
They'll look to throw again. Going right side here, and that's complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, Wiggins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Let's go! That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Now Williams throwing on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll run on the draw. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, Gordon. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive trading. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, Gordon. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Williams' throw pulled in by Schwartz. 7 yards, the pickup there. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Back to throw. Williams. Forced out to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Williams. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You got to have the football back for your offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Again, it's Mixon. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Bengals offense returns to the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And they take a knee. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about him taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Cincinnati, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.